love flowers, and I would like to rent a proper Dutch bike and cycle around. Sexy on Air was meant to entertain, really. Youth. We wanted boys and girls to talk honestly and sexy about the exciting difference between the genders. That was the idea. We wanted to entertain and not necessarily educate.
And what was the format of the program?
It was a talk show that lasted 29 minutes, I believe. One host, a boy, 3 girls and 3 boys that were guests and were the same in every program. And then we had, what's the English word, sexologists. Yeah, 2 of them, 1 woman and 1 man. And we even had some guests that varied from program to program. It's such a special program since it's about sex, so of course we had to talk about gender. The thing we thought about in advance was that we had to take special care of the girls, because we expected the boys to be more brave, more tough and more loud, but we were wrong. The girls were just as open-hearted and tough, and so I was quite shocked and stunned over it. I'm about 10 years older than the participants in the program, but it felt like there were 100 years between us, because the people who are 20 now, they have no problems with being open-hearted about sex, and the boys and the girls were equal. They were good friends, supported each other, and the girls, when we told them you have to be brave and you have to be tough just to, they just looked at us as if, what are you talking about? There's no problem. It's not modern for those who are 20 to talk about gender awareness. So they were quite, oh, that's boring. Don't bother me with that. And I respected that, because if they didn't feel a problem with it themselves, I wouldn't push it onto them.
Is there a difference between male and female editors?
I think in this program, Sexy on Air, it would be. Because I was far more afraid to provoke and shock the watchers and viewers than the man would be, I think. I had a male director, and he was much tougher than me about showing pictures and photos and videos and everything. And I said, no, we can't show that on television, it's too, ooh. And I was much more afraid to be vulgar, I think. So if a male editor had made this program, it would be a lot tougher, I think, in a way. Not necessarily better. I find that men don't take things so seriously. They go easier on things. They say easier yes to things, even if they're not competent to things. They say yes and do it, and they learn, and they get self-confident, and they do more, and they just make programs. And it's not so, but we stay awake all night and think and are exhausted after a project, because we put so much into it, and we take it so seriously. When it's about the costs and benefits of gender awareness, I don't know really what the conclusions are, because that's a very big question. But I think if women took more responsibility, we would get more self-confidence, have more influence, have a broader perspective in media about everything, and have some horrified men. And the costs might be that no one would marry these women, because we scare men when we are very tough.
Self-confident.
Yes, and as long as we compete about how we look, and about getting a man and getting a family and all that, as long as that is the fulfillment of a woman, maybe we won't dare to risk that men don't want us anymore.
in your well, the first one, because it was made with archive footage and with one interview, it doesn't include a word for them whom the matter is concerned. So I needed women to speak what they think of the matter.
Why didn't you do it in the first place like this?
Well, I made it in a couple of hours, and we thought, okay, we make a story of 1 minute and 20 seconds, a pure, more or less pure statistical story. Now we made a story of 2 minutes, so I had more space for different point of views. It's better story, and you can explain it by its quality concerning who is speaking and what kind of pictures you have. Mr. Pekka Antonen, who is now filming also, was the one who filmed the other story, and we went to army rehearsals and filmed there quite much. And
But how much time did this second version cost you?
it took 8 hours with editing, and we ate during these 8 hours, and so I could have made it, if everything would be okay, in 6 hours easily.
But is that more than usual, less than usual?
It's as usual. If you want to have a quality good story concerning women in the army, you should interview also women. Correct? Yes. And if you want to have good story when thinking pictures and images, you should have women acting in the army, doing the rehearsals, not only interviewed in some place and after that you forget them. But you should have them in moving images, acting women. For me, it's a matter of quality, not a matter of gender awareness, because if you think, for example, various kind of minorities who are filmed, who are pictured in our television news, with these same thoughts in your mind, you can do better stories concerning what kind of a minority. Women are not the minority, but you can use the same methods to have better stories. So it's pure matter of quality, not for me, not in the first stage matter of gender awareness.